Hey there, mateys. This is Girl Scouts of Pirate City Caribbean film series here. Today is Thursday, April 6, 2017. So, I'm vlogging right now doing my iPad. I was gonna have a change of minds in my friends, you know. I'm moving on from Maddie Davis already, Sharia Quinn, Jordan Lakey, Kenzie Clearman, Michaela Gilday, and Haley Masco Belts, and Blake Gunnerman, Ryan Belts, and Theodore De Silva, and Brooke Stoner, and Jordan, and Nolan McBride, and Carla Fortunas, Brenda Mills, Leslie Turner, Brenda Thacker, Diego Ventura, Ryan Gower, and Claire Benson, and Brenna Libiola, Kiara Bartlett, Lauren Weber, Haley Ostera, and Jesse Smith, Nicola Wagner, and Nickel Knoll, and Jessica Trofimovich. They're not gonna see me in a long time. So I have the most officially different ones. For I just read it about the Inquisitors says for the news report and breaking news. I just wanted to she knows about how to communicating for the college and the jobs and those that have undergraduates and graduated until 3 years has it about the college with schools and the jobs and employment. They hear about its explanation about the titling and the college and university and the jobs. And before it's just interested about being an actor, actress, and director, and a YouTuber 24. It is mostly orientated for my friends here on subscribers today on YouTuber 24 and actor, actress, and director. This is from Chelsea Haynes, Shannon Crippen, and Katie Walton, Samantha Silly, and Ashley Grennan, Elizabeth Sekiewicz, and Austin, and so was I. I was gonna have to show you about everyone to be able to do something. I'm gonna explain something. You know, it's about not gonna work right now. So I was just saying, Jared Cooper was working on an ASL. She's worked on the Mr. No and Miss Masson. She knew about a long stories and about memories of student life from my yearbooks, acceptance in junior highs and high schools, and to go to college, university, and the jobs, to be joining Ava on actor, actress, and director. Today is a day. It's my truth. It's the very truth is important. I know about the very most reactions to doing my video stuff. Jordan was not able to coming back to my life, and her family, her best friends, and was moving on from me to I moving on from Jordan to McJuggernuggets, Jesse Ridgway, Big Brother, Jeffrey, and Georgie Starbarker, Georgie, and Crocodile Buzz 888, Buzz Sipkins, Parker Sipple, and Manicorn, Cornacers, Juliet Raleigh as Juliet Raleigh, and Larry's Lounge, Larry Abraham, Tom, Joe Bump, and Melissa, Psycho Mom, Terry, Psycho Dad, Jeffrey Sr., and Psycho Aunts and Uncles, Jackie and Charles, and Diana, and Chris, Anita, and Nancy, and they are the McClans under the farm. They're living there. The mostly easier I was allegedly he was insane. Don't do this anymore. I was moving on from Jordan Barnes, Justin Bryan, except one of the Bears do. I like the Bears to some do with them about everything, anything about the most implementations ever. So I know that Social Security identifications, so they're recognizing in the United States and America. The Washington State Social Security Administration and identifications, and Oregon State has the Social Security on it. They mostly have it from Washington, D.C. under the Capitol of a monument on the White House. Everything the shores. Mostly Obama farewells, but he says, I know the dad to do that. He wasn't gonna have to exactly. He wasn't the coaching there were says, no more idea. I haven't the most about the long stories about DNA. I have nothing about problems. I look like in the almost human of youth. It's almost human of you. I don't know much that have lost and stolen from during the homecoming dance. I just left to put it into the side of the table during the high school on the night in the homecoming dance on September 28th, 2013. I just scared, and Mrs. Howell and the staff and my bulletin won't pick me up. And my phone and my wallet and my dance tickets and my black jacket just left there in the belt for the last 3 years. I was designing for about $560, cost back at a lot of them for the lost stolen by burglar, Camille rumored as of September 28th, 2013. Carrie Howell Johnson was an assistant principal. This is from Brian Lowney. That's Mr. Lowney. He's my new friend. The staff and the teacher and the principals here as to the heroes, not to the villains. Still most of the sighting. And Connie's assistant was in the know about his office. He certainly left there already. He would move to the Rogers High Schools. He deserved everything from Emerald Ridge High School for Go Jags. For the Jag territory before the last 3 years of the past. And my friends just leave me alone just to been there once in a while. I deserve them for everything. So I was gonna able not to see them for once and again for a long time to my lifetimes. But I can't talk to my friends they're on the college and university and mission trips, militaries, and job employment, and this would be the only way to balance my YouTube 24 friends, actor, actress, and director for my new friends here. So I was supposed to do the meaningful the Michael Green as kid behind the camera on the YouTube 24 as the subscribers, Bridget West, Charles Green as the angry grandpa, Tina as the angry Tina. The angry grandma was the Michael's mom. And certainly, Roma Edwards, Brittany Smith as the Roma Edwards Flocks of Wings, and the boyfriend versus girlfriend as a prank versus prank, and Jessica Doherty, Shami Prasad as Shami TV, and Ben Phillips, Elliot Giles, and Nana Giles, and her friends too. It's also the partials as the priority participants, as knows about a lot of the characters on the Elliot Giles prank, and Ben Phillips as in the Mate vs. Mate prank war, as in the Jackson Doherty and Shami TV. As the main new friend that beside there on the speaking of Australian, as in the notes about the British, as is the problems, they're in on Australia state. They're deciding to live there on the country, beside there around the world on 7 million people, besides the 3 million, a total of 10 million. The most lived in London, England, beside of her who lived there from the Ben, the Elliot, and Nana was the grandma. It was a proposal, it was a something. It wasn't that bad idea. It was a saying I know it was about Camille totally about about the very most of the appointments, the hearings, all there to know, and it's a minus about to change, minus be kind, be the most respectful for everything. So Jordan was disrespecting me. No, not Jordan. Shira was talked to her friend. She walked away. She was walking away from me. She says, "I'll be right back." She's not to be okay. She literally should walk away from June 14th, 2014. That was spent about the last 3 years. Shira was calling me up for about cheating on me. She cheated on her best friends and her boyfriend, but I can't see her again. She's on WSU track and field with Maddie. She was a very most sort of together with program. She wasn't about to cast out from my cast. She was gonna cast out from my lifetimes, from a lifetime of my friends. They're casting out from my lifetimes. They're disrespect. Sorry about that. They're disrespecting me from my friends. There's no one that could about with specials really could. It was bad. It wasn't that good about my brothers and sisters, brothers and his friends, my sister, her friends, and my dad and his friends. My mom and her friends, and my aunts and uncles and their friends, and then my cousin Benny and his friends under the Vancouver, Washington. He was just finishing on the middle school, but he goes to the high schools for everywhere for football program. It is brought to the new by my new friend is on the actor, actress, and director, and YouTuber24 and YouTube channels, and Tony Tornado, then Amanda Jean, Millie and Samantha, and Derek Diesel, Mocha Hernandez, Nesbu, Jonathan Cuba and Fosalita, and Kevin Edwards Jr., and Mary and the kids, and an actor actress here as Matt Bomber, Tim DK, Billy Garsons, and Tiffany Fienson, and Alison Daddario on Percy, on the co-star of Baywatch, Zac Efron, John Bass, Kelly Woodbodge, Evelyn Hadwell, Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, Priyanka Chopra, and Logan Paul on The Finding with Peyton List. That's from Jesse to Bunked. Logan was very good. A good man. He was deciding about to meet Alessandra, but she says she can't eat pizza. It has the bread on it, but she can't like it. But she didn't like it eating from the Italian food. She loved the grilled salmon. She loved the grilled salmon for lunch and dinner, and might be including mahi mahi, and the fish tacos, and she can't eat fish tacos. Alexander don't eat fish tacos. She loves grilled salmon at all times. She literally allegedly with Logan was the same. Alice says, by the way, you're the most always annoying. He says thank you. She says you're welcome. She's done the working about from yesterday. She was very most curiosity from Ben Furlander. He was deciding to watch his reaction on his YouTube channels, and he meet for Logan and his brother Justin and Justin Furlander in Captain, he seems to watch it. He seems to know the gameplay times on Detroit Tigers, and as his brother is living in the Lakeland, Florida, he plays Flying Tigers in the baseball players. He was assigned to Orlando Resort, Florida, and Disney World, and Universal Studios on Hollywood. But he thinks about Jimmy Fallon and Kevin Hart for the last 3 years. It seems looks like about decided as it's about all this and know that the changing their minds, Beatles the tapes, and I lost this gentleman here, and finally know that about if it spoke about them. Who spoke about them? What are they saying? No, no, no! I don't like the crystals. I don't like the scarers. It's Scarer Heights. No! Kevin says he was freaking out. He would just say, "Wait, wait, wait!" Would Jamie was do that again, having fun today? So he says, "One more time, here we go. No, no, no!" Those a lot of television shows is funny of them making the crying. He's not crying. He was very happy. He was very most funny moments at all times, and all the time is most funny in this ever. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that bad. It was that good. It was the greatest televisions of all times. NBC and was all the same things to plan on the television shows for the Jimmy Fallon. That's where they came from. Margie Robbie decided they were from the Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, Will Smith, and Viola Davis, and Isabella and Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick, and Emma Watson was dancing around like the co-stars in Beauty and the Beast from the Harry Potter film series, and she was about every problems there. So I've been like it about for co-stars reaction for the Percy Jackson film series. He left it behind for the third movie. Logan Lerman beside her his best friend Dean Collins. He's not her friend for Alessandra's anymore. Here is a different that would be the best friends for the new one is Natalie Eve and her the siblings Matthew to Catherine to Dario, and the Matthew was playing Alec Lightwood with the Shadowhunters the second season. There's reason we could about that there were hunters, they were sighting, they were searching and sneak around to each other, when it's mostly the good riddance of the song to the cast of the seasons, and this is most of the final episodes in the June 2017 and the summer break. After that, we've been watching on Memorial Day on the May 26, 2017 on Baywatch and Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Town Tales. The both of them coming up on May 26th in the summer. The idea Baywatch has no May 19th. They have a May 26th for Pirates 5th, as in no Salazar's Revenge. The Revenge of a Salazar, as known as the strange things as the Jack Sparrow, Captain of the Black Pearl, and Hector Barbosa, the new captain of the Queen Anne's Revenge. There is the Jolly Watcher as the pirate flag. That's the two same things of the ships. Is that where we decided about that accounted by Silent Mary as the Captain Amanda Salazar is also wintered about for the last 40 years. For the last 40 years, it's been stranded and trapped into ghost ships, into the ghost pirates from the Spanish Royal Navy and formerly. They're mostly attacking under the pirate fleet, and the monarchs and the monarch and the Britishers name in the made 1760s. It was that deal. It was that most special things that ever. We know that he knows that about a confrontation with Henry Turner. It was certainly the letter that I know that doesn't matter. It was that happened and noticed that it changes us, and they changed a lot of those. It tried to bow down and breaking along the marker ships. It was a sunk explosions. Salazar ship was maneuverability. It tried to encounter the swinging up there, and it looked straight to the Queen Anne's Revenge. And Salazar jumped down over behind the Barbosa. They jumped down to the Countess of a Revenge and the pirate ships. And he pointed out his sword to his chest and says, "Fine, Sparrow for me." And he leaves his ships, not to sunk under the Queen Anne's Revenge. He tries to interrogate it. He formers to welcome him aboard the Silent Married, and he formers to capture the pirate. He almost want to kill each other at all times. Well, for Jack Sparrow was the last one of all pirates must die, and that's what that's what a TV spot says. They look like about They look up by the Sea Witch. Same thing looks like about Shansa. Shansa wasn't the girl thing under the head wall. She was just smiling like the goldest teeth. She was smiling wherever it take. She bent about all of this very most moment in the quest for the Trident of Poseidon. After completed of the Fountain of Youth, war against piracy, they were communicating. There's something wrong about the pirates thing, as known as the Black Pearl. And they outed from a bottle from the Black Beers, and the Queen Anne's Revenge was the captain of the new red sails, as in no barons, as they were believed. They were the crew of the Queen Anne's Revenge, landed under the Tortuga. The mostly in serious problems. They understand the sayings, "I know such things about the pirates hated against ever." But he literally just escaping from the Bermuda under the British on the Charles Island in the Charlestown. They were escaping for a lot of the city. Lots of soldiers just running around to hunting Jack Sparrow. And it says, "Where's a hat? Where's your pants? Jack, I'm sorry, were you still talking?" He said that so in the confirmations. He said that so. He could be one of the importance. They mostly have the Trident of Poseidon. They have to defeat Salazar, and the Will Turner's aid in the captain of the Flying Dutchman. His father, William Turner, is back again from the last 20 years. He was certainly for the Endeavor at the World's End, Dead Man's Chest, and the Curse of the Black Pearl. And those absent as fourth on Stranger Ties. And the fifth one is the William Turner, as 40 years old. Certainly yes. I know that for idea. I know that the most capital letters by Davy Jones. He looks like about the sea turtles in transforming that he living from the land of the sea. But the Flying Dutchman as a captain of ships, this is not a Davy Jones. That's the William Turner Jr. Has a bootstrap built Turner. It is his grandfather, as known as led by Henry. As a befriend, Karina Smith. As knows the bearings. I know there's those things about no one such could. What can I say? We have the most intelligently forever would take one at a time to each his size. One of the most endangered things that ever. As in the most things about all of this stuff, so things to do, and as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, as the 6 of them, as the strange things about the wild. So I don't think about my dad thinks about an idea. It's the long stories. They try to get out of there, try to get it ordered online. So we look up for the Fandango.com, and they were literally the same looks like the Power Rangers and 20 years ago. And there seems looks a lot information on my dad's announcements and speech reviews. And my dad said, listen up. They're going to 7:30 in Auburn. And they're going to do something to see what's where we're going to. Reword that says we were gonna see sometimes we're going to on Auburn movie theaters for once in a while, for once in a good half of the most subscribers to do something to see Chips for Dak Shepard and Michael Pena and Kristen Bell. And they're certainly to be watched about the hottest days of celebrities ever. On one and a half of the subscribers most of about 680,000 views. And there seems to look like Pirates of the Caribbean on subscribers today. So I subscribe for Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, Jeffrey Rush, Kevin McNally, and Monty Kleba, Lee Ehrenberg, and Mackenzie Cook, and Steve Graham, and Kaius Galorio, and Brent Authorities, and Goldspur Farahina. She was a new girl for on 34 years old. Excuse me. For my favorite girl must be good about Teresa Palmer. She's born in Australia. She's spouse for the two kids, and Mark Webber was it ever after. And she was very hot on ever. It was the coolest things ever about it. Movies called Restraint, and The Social Imprintance, The Choice, and The Warm Bodies, and the 999 wasn't that a lot of the movies and TV shows and the majorly as a Hacksaw Ridge. It was the Andrew Garfield as knows about the Amazing Spider-Man, and the takeover to the Tom Holland as the Spider-Man Homecoming for coming up on July 2017. And the Gal Gadot the first Amazonia as the Wonder Woman. And it was that Warner Bros. As the DC Comics was about the community mentioned as Superman, Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash, and Batman. It was that Zack Snyder was working on those. The director, but Zack was the director, play as Hans Zimmer, and also that we worked on something. It worked on the behind the scenes gag bags and deleted scenes and ultimate additions like extended scenes like 35 minutes for cut. It was an extended cut. It did say that so all the things to do is to the very most enjoy it anytime. The different ones are about offensive size. Most of the quarter to and these are new trailers. These ones are about this year is about November 2017. Lois Lane was reunited for Clark Kent as Superman was resurrected from the Doomsday after the Trinity for battle for the Gotham and Metropolis. Well, what's it says? Superman was dead. Superman was alive. And they're going to see the Justice League Part 1 or 2 before it ends up for the 2019. So I looked at listening to music is The Man of Steel 2013, Batman vs. Superman 2016. So I love doing my working on when I'm running, do my set of crunches, leg weights, do my lower and upper abs, and to do my twist, the two of my twisters, do my side, so left and right side, to do my obliques, to do my the fat camp, to do the fat burn. Also, we have hundreds of thousands calories at all their times. Those are the different ones for everything, and those we have here. For anything could be having the most recognized things about DC Comics and Defenders of the Marvels ever, or Marvel superheroes ever. They're against the supervillains and Steppenwolf, Lex Luthor, Doomsday, General Zod, Joker, Harley Quinn, Deathshot, Captain Boomerang, Killer Croc, El Diablo, and Incubus, and the Enchantress, and the minor characters as the Man Waller, and those ones about a characteristic size is searching for the Gotham City to the terrorism for the attackers. The creative decides, take that as a yes. As mostly you could, for I have to thank you for very much to be better than for once in a while. Okay? So everything questions, if you enjoy it, about the time. So I know it's such to you guys. So ladies and gentlemen, if this is my question and my takeover for moving on from my friends to the college and university to YouTube 24 actress director of the day. So don't forget to subscribe to my content and follow on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, and Vine Situation I stream gaming channels like Zara and New Jersey State, Tumbledown Hangouts on Cock Story Talk, and follow links description here on YouTube 24 is McJarger Nuggets, Big Brother, Jordy Star Barker, Kid Behind the Camera, Bridget West, The Indie Grandpa Shows, Grandma's Corner, Joe Bum, Pisaga Dad, Larry's Lounge, and Tom and Diana, and Pisaga Mom and Melissa, Pisaga Aunts and Uncles, Manicore, Crocodile Buzz 888, and Juliet Riley, and Manicorn, and Parker Sip of Parkers for Life, and Mark Lucason's, and Wilma Edwards, Wilma Edward Winks, and Brittany Smith, Derek Diesel Daily, Cuba Guy, The Cuba Guy Life of Moko, A Boog, Space Jam Gardens, Horrible Gamer, Nest Boog, The Boog Show, and Prince vs. Prank, BF vs. GF, and Jackson Doherty, Human TV, Xiaomi TV, Elliot Guys, Nana Guys, Ben Phillips, and Boogie Tonight 88. And the actress director here is Zac Efron, Alison Daddario Topic, Kelly Bosch, Alexandra John Bosch, and Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson, and Kay Upton and Justin the Ben Furlander, Logan Lerman, Brandon T. Jackson, Lucas Lerman, and Lindsay, and Matthew and Catherine Daddario, and Dominic Schubert, Catherine Nomura, and the lovely guys that are Feel Free to Death, and Henry Cavill, don't forget, to Ben Affleck, and Margot Robbie, and Gal Gadot. So, thank you so much for coming in, guys. I love you guys who Feel Free to Death. So, don't forget, keep it rich, mateys. All the things to do is fair time. That's a lot of be different ones. So this again. So I'm so sorry about my vlogging right now. Vlogging with my iPad. Those are my videos, so I could have my camera on. So California Coast is fun. Disney California Adventures at Disneyland. Kinda like it. So I'm playing it today. If you like it. So thank you very much to the code. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. So don't forget, keep it rich, mateys.